what's up, non-besties? It's me, Jen, the Reiki bestie. In today's weekly reading, we're going to be getting into what's coming up, what's blocking us, and also what are some self-care advice that we can do to work with the energy for this week. Let me know, how was last week for you guys? I know for some it was a little intense, and then for the other half it was pretty smooth, more of, again, finding that me versus them, but also like how are you identifying yourself within relationships that you have. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Okay, so let's just take a moment, get your tea. Actually, hold on, let me just mute this really quick. Okay, cool. So go ahead and get your tea, get your cafecito, or just play this in the background as you're chilling, as you're doing your home duty or whatever it is that you're doing. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Take a couple of moments. Let's come back to self. Placing your hands over your heart. Just taking a moment here to breathe. Inhale deeply. And exhale. We're going to do this 2 more times. Inhale deeply. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Keeping the eyes closed, I'm just going to quickly tap us in, give us a quick little cleanse. Inhaling deeply and exhale. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This is the third eye chakra. So remembering that with the third eye, this is the chakra that allows us to see past our illusions, past our addictions, whether that is literally addicted to, something that's very harmful, addicted to negative thinking, addicted to staying in the same place, little cositas así. I will be making a series on that, so I'm super excited. You will see a couple of more videos being uploaded within these next couple of weeks. I'm super excited. But let's go ahead and get started. So this week is the week of April 20th through the 26th. So we're going to be reading for April 20th, 21, 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. We're going to see what are the energies that we got to keep an eye out for. We're going to see what's blocking us, and again, what self-care can we do. We're going to start off the week with the moon in Gemini, but it will be going into Cancer early Tuesday morning. Again, I'm looking at the astrology chart based on the Mountain Standard Time. So if you're not watching this on Mountain Standard Time, you can go ahead and adapt to that or look it up. But yeah, we'll be having pretty much most of the week in Cancer, and then on Thursday we'll be moving into Leo and finishing off the week on the 26th. We'll be moving into Virgo. So with the moon being in Cancer, we're starting off in Gemini. You're going to notice that you want to be a little bit more chit-chatty, depending again where that is in your birth chart. That area of life is kind of highlighted for you for that those 2 couple of days. And then when it comes into Cancer, you want to be a little bit more introverted, paying attention to those emotions, paying attention to your intuition, maybe following up with either your friends, female friends, or even just kind of paying attention to more of those motherly roles, people who play that role in your life. And also, if you are a mom, you're going to notice that your babies will want you a little bit more. But again, pay attention to where it's at in your charts. And then as we move into that Leo moon, you're going to notice that you're a little bit more expressive, and you kind of want to be out there, and you want to see the vibes. You want to see what's the drama stirring up in your day-to-day life. But yeah, like I was saying, today the moon is in Gemini. I love Gemini moons. I feel like whenever the moon is in Gemini, it's such a good time to learn something new, do something with your hands, get creative, socialize, be out and about. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's take a moment to thank our angels, our ancestors, our spirit guides to please be here with us in this moment. Please allow us to channel the message clearly and to give us that strong discernment so that we may take what resonates with us and leave what does not. Thank you. Thank you. Hopefully I don't know what I was going to say, but okay. Ooh, all right, cards are ready to talk. Okay, so clearly something about this Cancer moon is going to be pretty important for us. Remember that we do have Jupiter in Cancer as well. We have the Ace of Pentacles. One more card, please. Oh, it's 20. One more card. Okay. I feel like needing to sit with ourselves a little bit longer, whether that's in the evening, but I feel like it's more towards the end of the day, sitting with yourself, honoring you, finding time for you without feeling that guilt. Let me keep shuffling. Okay, so we got all major arcana energies, cards. So this is real big energy too. Maybe some strong conversations are needing to be had. But let's go ahead and keep looking. And then we did just move into Taurus season yesterday. So, okay. Let me just pull 3 more cards and then we'll be all good. One more card, please. Oh. Alright. Okay, so the number 7 is going to be very important. Taking time to decompress. I feel like this is a week where we're going to really lean a little bit more in our faith when it comes to, again, ourselves, when it comes to making decisions that are pretty big, based again on what it is that you're going through. Give me just 1 second. Let me just pull up the chart for today, because again, you guys know that I love to kind of follow with the the astrology. Okay, so like I was saying, I feel like this week is going to be one of those weeks where we really want to pay attention to where our faith lies in, whether that is again on something, on yourself, if this is needing to take a step back and realize where that truly lies in. I feel like it may be a little bit more scattered, but reminding yourself that it is okay to just take a breath. It's okay to slow down, to just be in the moment. Sometimes we want to move so quickly and we want shit to happen like right there and then. Sometimes we kind of, again, take a step back and pay attention to where we need to focus our energy in. Where are we not having our own needs being met? Where are we not showing up for ourselves? For our tarot cards, we have the Chariot, we have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, and then we also do have the King of Wands. So with the King of Wands coming out for our advice, I feel like, again, what creative project or what passion we have been wanting to kind of work a little bit on is kind of like giving us that cue of like, all right, let's get shit done. With the Ace of Pentacles showing up as our blockage, or where we're gonna kind of hit the wall, and it being in the reverse, this may be where we're sitting down and we're like, well, I don't have enough to do this, I don't have enough of that, or am I even worthy? Do I know what I know? Do we have the discipline to show up with our responsibility? We also do have the Magician in the Mirror, and then also the Movement and Choices and Decisions. So this, oh my god, okay, so the Magician in the Mirror. Okay, so this fell, so I feel like needing to again reflect on what are our values, what is going to benefit us more on the long term, because we do have the Movement, Decision and Choices coming up, and then also with the number 2, 8, and then the Ace of Pentacles. It's that reminder of like, okay, what are we wanting to take with us in our next chapter? If you guys hear my babies in the background, it's okay, they're with their daddy, but so yeah, like I was saying, taking that step back and being like, okay, what is my strong foundation? Where am I going to show up? Where am I going to be? Where am I going to take a step back and discipline myself so that I can show up the way that I am needed, the way that I am, the way that I am being called to show up. Give me 1 second. My little baby isn't feeling good, but he's with his puppy. He has mamitis right now, so hopefully it's okay. But let's go ahead and continue to wrap this up. We have the Chariot, again, as our main focus of the week. It's like leaning into your intuition, being very patient before you're acting on things. I know that it may have been, this past month may have felt that like life is just like passing us by. We gotta get our shit together, and it may even feel forced right now to like find a solution, find things that make sense, but also it's like kind of taking our step back and being like, okay, let me fully ground myself, let me give myself some grace a little bit, let me have this moment so that I can mentally prepare myself for the rest of the week, so that we can lean in with our hearts, in the sense of, I know exactly who I am at my core, I know exactly what I'm going to be bringing to the table, and not based on what emotion you're currently going through, what you're feeling in the moment. Sit with that instead of just reacting quickly. I know that we will have some aspects between Venus and Uranus bringing in this unpredictable sudden changes in relationship dynamics, in connections, in the desire, what we want, what feels good in the moment. No, just kind of come back to self, think before acting. But yeah, the number 7, guys, is going to be very important for us, and this may even show up for you guys by next Monday, around there. But Yes, what I do want to pay attention to, one more time, is at the end of the chords, we have storm warning, patience, and planning, and then we also have the justice in the reverse. So like I was telling you guys, overall, we have to make sure that we're grounding ourselves, and I feel like I cannot emphasize this enough. I really do believe that this week is calling us to fully put our feet in the ground and be like, okay, what am I going to bring with me? Am I going to be grounded, level-headed as these things are being thrown at me? Because again, with the little, we have a whole ass Aries stellium right now. We have the Mercury, we have Saturn, we have Mars. This is not just super passionate and fun and like initiating things like right there and then. This is also the volatile, that very hostile environment. And with the storm warning card coming out for like the overall complete energy of it, it's kind of bringing that like, hey, like be sure not to be extra reactive. And if it's not you being, you know, like coming off very hostile, very crazy, very like it's my way or the highway, or if it's other people, remind yourself like, hey, like you're not the only one going through it. Everyone is going through something this week, whether it's internal, external, things that are outside of our control. Just remember to like come back to the self, come back and ground your own energy. Give yourself patience and planning. If someone comes to you sideways, be like, think of me, be like, I gotta breathe, that I'm gonna breathe. So that you're not reacting to that, so that it doesn't go haywire. You may even see this like on the bigger scale globally, where there be a little bit more talks about like war, a little bit more violence. Again, come back to the self, and really notice where those leakage within your own energy are at. But going back to our advice for the rest of the week, we have that all tied up in heartache and loss. So, you know, as a result of everything that you have been through, everything that you have worked with, sometimes it's really hard to say goodbye. Sometimes it's really hard not to think about things that could have happened, should have happened. Sometimes we're like, fuck, we really gotta let this X, Y, and Z, this comfort zone go in order for us to go into the next level, in order for us to level up. But yeah, 7 and 5. Okay, let me go ahead and pull some self-care. I feel like this week, even though there's a lot of opportunity to like cut through things, it's also going to be one of those weeks where you're just like, oh, it's like one thing after another, or really needing to pay attention to the small details. Do not react. I know it's so hard. It's easier said than done, but like take a moment and really think about what your next step will be. So let's see, what do we need to know? What self-care can we do for this week? I feel like lavender, chamomile is going to be like a really big thing, or something that you can always come back to, whether it's like buying yourself a bouquet of them, drinking them in a tea, or even just having like the incense or oil. Those are very good calming herbs too. Okay. Let's see, what are our 3 self-care? Down at the bottom, we have connecting with our ancestors. So really asking for guidance on that realm. I feel like it's super important to honor your loved ones. I mean, to each their own, but always call on them, you know, those of good character, those that have the best and highest intention for you, to really assist you in like a way that you can give them gratitude, or just give them an offering, like reminding them that they are honored, like even though they're not here in the physical realm, they're always here with us spiritually. So maybe sitting out a cup of coffee, maybe sitting out some tea for them, making their favorite meals. And with the moon being in Cancer, bro, like this always comes back to your ancestors, right? Because it's the first feminine, I mean, it's the first water sign, and it's also connected to those motherly instincts. So like when you're in the womb, not only are you in the womb, but your grandma's in the womb, and those generations before are also in the womb with you. Okay, so for our self-care, we have be still, deep breathing, and drink tea. Bro, I cannot make this up. I love how this works. So again, coming back to the self with the number 4-2 coming up twice, bro, twice. Pay attention to where the Cancer moon is in your birth chart, or where the Cancer house is in your birth chart. That will give you a little bit more insight on how to properly work with the moon energy, but also allowing yourself to work with the energy rather than against it. But drinking some tea, make sure when you drink tea, when you do anything, do it with intention. Do it with the intention to allow you to be still, to allow you to be present, to allow you to fully integrate that moment of peace, of relaxation. And then with the deep breathing, again, it's the first thing that we do when we come into this earth, and the last thing that we do. So honor your breath. Notice how you're breathing. Is your breath shallow? Are you even paying attention to your breath? Is it hard for you to breathe, you know? Or is it super easy where you're just like, you can realign yourself really quickly? But I hope that this makes sense for you guys. If you want to work with me on one-on-one, you can always reach me at www.zenjenb.com. I also offer every Tuesday yoga of awareness, aka Kundalini yoga, where we come together virtually. We do a little bit of mantra, a little bit of movement, a little bit of breath. We do a little bit of everything on there. Or if you're just wanting to book just the one-on-one, you can always go to my website. If you are in the Phoenix area, this Sunday I will be doing a sound bath and Reiki with my good friend Sonia. So if you are interested in that, you can also visit my website to sign up for that. And yeah, I hope that you guys have a beautiful week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.